I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself hiking. Just like that.
It's week 3 of the National Football League, and the spotlight is on George Kittle. He was a popular target his last time out, over 180 yards receiving. It's the 49ers and the Broncos, coming up next.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
You look at this Niner defense. Currently #1 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And now a throw on first. It's incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And his throw here is incomplete. Not the warmest starts throwing the football. He was 1 for 3, now 1 for 4 on the opening drive.
So getting him comfortable is the key. And for him, it might be different than what we think is comfortable. We're probably thinking swing passes, easy checkdowns. Some guys, they're better off throwing it downfield. That's what really loosens them up.
And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
Now a man who's father won 2 rings as a Bronco. It's Christian McCaffrey. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 6 carries, 51 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. The Niners at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Holding offense.
The decision is to decline it and not give him the down back.
They might as well have sent a skywriter above the stadium saying, we don't think you get the first down against our defense by that decision.
And his kick is indeed good. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos.
The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Now the Niners get there and bring him down. That sack was by Isaiah Oliver from his cornerback position. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sacked on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Purdy looking to throw.
In trouble, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Throwing here, Purdy. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye.
And his guys are going to take over at the 39.
That's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams.
Down at the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
The numbers for Williams a week ago: 8 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
And those numbers have both he and his blockers motivated this week. They saw that yardage total climbing, but stopped short of 100. Every one of them has to be driven this week to help him reach the century mark.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 6.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson.
That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Play action. Now Wilson.
Same connection. Dulcich once again.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson.
Yeah, this one's going to sail on him a bit, and it's incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And this one is right through. And that will tie us at 3-3.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it facing a second and long situation.
Here's Purdy.
And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down. Makes it manageable now.
Purdy now to throw.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. Now it's Wilson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Now this offense on third down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Open man, he completes it to Judy.
And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Here's Presley Harvin now.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 15. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Purdy's throw taken in by Samuel.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Shotgun now with Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and he picked up the first down.
And how about the quick feet there as he made a man miss on his way to a solid gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Purdy to throw it on first down. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And 3 to the 33.
Up 2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
Second and 7. Purdy from the gun. Connects with Kittle underneath. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. They juked him. And they'll get this down to the 10. 57 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. He finds his way into the secondary again on this drive. They might want to try getting him down a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, what do they call that? 3rd level run. 1st level being the D-line and linebacker. 2nd level in the secondary, the 3rd. When you block it up well and you make the secondary do all the tackling, that will wear on a defense.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with career touchdown number 75. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Moody good with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And his throw is incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson over the middle, complete to Judy. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Here's Wilson. This will be caught. Judy. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left and end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant.
He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shout over across all that ground.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wilson will throw again. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. Rolling to his right. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And you see the last drive, great chunky yardage, the touchdown on 5 carries. And offensively, everything just looked in sync, didn't it?
It did, and the reason that it was in sync is because it's a combination of play calling, game plan, offensive line marrying up with all of their blocks. But don't forget the receivers out on the perimeter. Any type of a long run, the receivers have had a hand in that because they've occupied people downfield.
And got his man complete. A big play there for the Niners. 41 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. From the 31, here's a 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Purdy. And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Purdy. That's caught. He finds Danny Gray. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the 2nd half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. And his kick is good. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. Wilson and the Broncos now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson got a man open. It's Sutton. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused. And
now off to the races down the right side. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Credit the secondary, credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
In motion goes Patrick. He's going to get it on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. So it's a 3rd field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
So they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat. But they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the post.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A gain of 15. And the 49ers first down.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Pat Surtain up to make the play.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On third down, here's Purdy. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up...
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
From the 46, here's a 2nd and 7. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll be down close to the first down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 40-yard line. 97 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
On first down, Purdy. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here. Welcome back now to Denver. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Purdy's throw complete here to Ayuk. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 23. A good pickup there of 20 yards. On first down, this is McCaffrey. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking. I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there.
His third touchdown now on the year. And the Niners look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Moody good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Denver's offense ready to go again. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll give to Williams, running right. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton. And Sutton will have a Broncos first down as he'll get this down to the 41. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Javon Hargrave able to record his 5th sack of the season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Wilson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. He'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time. And that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a first down.
Let's go now. Let's go. Let's go. Ready? 19 right.
Shotgun now with Purdy. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Purdy. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the 49ers have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And we get another look now at this Broncos offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. On first down, Wilson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
Mike McGlinchey, the Notre Dame man, guilty on that one. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. From the shotgun, Wilson. He short arms that one just a bit. It's low and incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Wilson. And now another one thrown incomplete. I think this is what this game's become now. You just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now Wilson on 1st down. This one swung out to Williams. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Throwing again here, Wilson. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They go play action with Wilson. That is caught. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. It's caught on the right side. Williams not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down. They couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Again, Wilson. This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Now it's Wilson. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. Jerry Jeudy. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. So with that neat 3 weeks in the books, and they creep above 500 now at 2-1.
You know, I played with a guy once after taking a knee at the end of the game, and he came in and grabbed the equipment manager and said, make sure you wash that spot, you know, special, because I just took a knee for a win. That tells you how much guys enjoy that, because getting a win, no one takes it for granted.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and they say it's never easy to come into Denver to win because of the altitude. They look pretty comfortable in the altitude.
They certainly did. I'm not quite sure how they got prepared, and it's always been a big debate about what to do. I lived out there at one point. I lived in Colorado Springs. I remember saying